Okay, hello everybody. So we're back again with this Craftsman chainsaw. I went ahead and wanted to go ahead and give it a couple days before I would put it together some more, because I wanted the sealant in here to go ahead and glue up really good. I wanted to make sure that this is in really good shape. So we're back on here. So let's go ahead and let's get started with this guy. Put them back together. Today I'm going to try and finish it for sure, and hopefully if we have some luck and everything, even try to run it tonight. That is if I can find my So one thing I need to do is just go ahead and tighten this up really good. That's an 8. It's really done. Oh, there it is. So a couple of days ago and everything, I was watching YouTube news and stuff, and I saw that unless you've already seen it or anything, that they've been uncovering some voter fraud, some kind of stuff where either they have been go ahead and counting votes at night after they allegedly shut down, and when all the people who are supposed to watch it to make sure that everything's being counted right and everything's supposed to be honest, they go home and stuff, and then they go ahead and count votes again for a couple more hours. These votes will be counted unsupervised, which means that these votes can be anyone. And what they did is that they were caught on this video. It was in Georgia, somewhere in Georgia. About 4 women exactly, were caught on a video and everything, where one lady, she went ahead and she asked the Democratic and Republican watchers and the press to go home at around 9:30 to 10 or so, and then after when everybody else left, so like all the people who worked for the voting and the people who were doing the watching and making sure everything was fair, when they left and everything, these 4 women would start to go ahead and pull out some suitcases out from under this table, and go ahead and pull out votes out of here, things of voting, and they just start counting this stuff for another 2 hours. Now, mindful is that it's against the law and everything to go ahead and keep on counting votes when there's nobody there to watch it. Ouch. Like I said, it's illegal and everything to go ahead and count votes when there's nobody there to watch you, and that's illegal. But for some reason, these people just kept on doing it. If you want to see the full video to that, or see the one that I saw and everything, that was really good, that I thought was really good and really made it interesting, and it described everything. You want to go to, this is the name of the video and everything. It's called Tucker. We heard you, it's hard to trust anything we hear, what we know. Here is what we know. So it's Tucker, we heard you, it's hard to trust anything, here is what we know. Now this is the name of the video that describes in a little bit more detail and everything about what happened on that night when they were going ahead and counting all the votes for everybody, and where they went ahead and they did this little how would you say, dishonest thing when they went ahead and kept on counting votes after everybody was gone. Okay. Or you can also see another one that's, this is more of where they're doing a little court subcommittee thing. It's called Republicans Tender New CCTV Footage to Georgia Senate Judiciary Subcommittee. This is where they're watching the votes and stuff, where they're watching this video on how they're cheating, basically how they're cheating and stuff. So wow. The only thing I can say is wow, because remember I was saying everything that your votes don't count and stuff. Well, the thing is that what it is that I thought what it was is that they're having their bribing the electoral guys and stuff, the ones who go ahead and put in a vote for whatever you say to vote for and everything. I thought is that they were being bad and everything, but what actually was happening is that in the voting and stuff, all that was being, everything was being bad. Also, another thing that they found is that they found that there had been double votes. There had been votes coming in of people who are supposedly dead already. Votes of people with wrong addresses and just made up people. Also, there had been double and triple votes and stuff of people. And what is another thing? And also votes or anything that have been, well, it doesn't say exactly who the votes were for or anything, but there are a lot of votes that were thrown out by United States post mail workers, threw them out and everything. This was over, and I think it was in Wisconsin. I don't remember that. Also in Nevada stuff, they had a problem where, what was it? I think it was where the people who were supposed to watch, the people who were doing the votes and everything, doing the tally, they were kicked out, or they were not allowed to watch, or they had paper put on the window and everything so they couldn't see anything, so they could do whatever they want. A lot of shady things have been happening here. I'm going to go ahead and put on the flywheel. I'm going to go ahead and do this at the same time, and then go ahead and talk about what I've been seeing on the news, and also try to do this too at the same time. Hopefully, you can follow along with me. So, and and also another thing is that it seems that these same, or maybe different or anything, but these UPS, United States Post Office workers and everything, they have been given, or they're going to be getting sentences for doing the throwaway votes and stuff, because they've been caught either by CCTV, or they've been caught by other people, and they went ahead and recorded them and stuff, or they've signed affidavits. So it is, the thing is, it's getting kind of really sad and everything out there to me, that I say something, and I've always heard people tell me, Joe, that's not true and everything. We have an honest and fair election, who we vote for is who we vote for and everything, and who we get presidents, who we get president stuff and stuff. And I would say, no, I don't think so. I really don't think so. The thing is that now that I've said that to people for years and stuff, and now I have proof, and I know that I'm right. But it's unfortunate that it's the way it is right now, that we're having this kind of stuff going on. I'm not saying that I'm like for Bush or anything like that. I'm actually kind of against and for Bush. Not Bush, but Donald Trump. I'm not for Donald Trump, actually, but I'm not for him too. I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. I have a kind of hate and love, thing with him. But what really kind of bums me out and everything is, we could have someone who could become president or anything who's either worse or just as bad or even worse than Donald Trump. And that would be our president-elect and everything, Joe Biden. But I'm hoping that he doesn't become president. So, okay, so now if you're wondering why I don't like Donald Trump or anything, because Donald Trump has been making this wall on earth between us and Mexico and everything to keep illegal immigrants out and stuff like that. Well, that's something that I have kind of a problem with and everything, because I just need to say and everything is that, hey, if this happens where we keep out 100% of the illegal immigrants and stuff, I mean, basically I'm going to ask the question, who's going to go ahead and do the hard work, the really hard labor and everything that needs to be done here in America, that basically you, white or any other people don't want to do because they don't like to work, basically. What I'm talking about is picking fruit and stuff, picking strawberries and picking lettuce and stuff. This is done, and from what I know, this is done in California by people who are illegal, largely illegal. I'm not saying everybody's illegal or anything, but these are the only people who want to do that job. The thing is that tell me the truth. Let me tell you the truth. How many of our teenage kids or anything are going to go ahead and put away their Xboxes or Xbox or PlayStation controllers and stuff, and get up off the couch and stuff and go pick vegetables all day for 10 hours a day? Go pick strawberries or whatever, or go hoe beets or whatever, or other things like maybe go and do dairy work. I really don't think that's going to happen. And now, the thing is that I have a certain understanding about this, because when I was younger and in high school and stuff, I used to do a lot of farm work where I lived in Idaho. When I was growing up in Idaho, Jerome, Idaho and stuff, I did a lot of farm work. I would go ahead and I would get up early in the morning stuff, on the summers and stuff, and go move pipe. 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night, move pipe, and sometimes maybe go out and also do some picking bales and stuff, hauling bales. I did this all through high school and into my college years. Also, another thing that I did is that when I was in high school, when I went to school, I would be a relief milker at nights, and on Friday, Saturday nights and stuff, and I also be feeding calves and stuff, where I just go ahead and I just make sure that all the calves and stuff will get fed. And this is kind of a different thing than milking cows, and it's a fairly easy job to do. I did that when I was like 14, 15 years old. So anyway, the thing why I'm asking about this is because, like I said, it's kind of a dumb thing to say, because I mean, let's face it. Are your kids going to go out and get a job? And I know there's some kids out there who work and stuff, and I'm really happy for that. But I think, especially for city kids and stuff, I really don't think they work. Not like, and not since I was a kid and everything, I've really seen kids work. I don't see kids work these days, So it's really kind of sad that we see this, where we're having people, we're having this kind of stuff, on a certain society, people and everything that do the hardest work for us, who make possible, basically our breakfast and our dinner and that kind of stuff for us, our milk, who make possible our milk, and who make possible our vegetables and stuff to eat, and I don't like that we do that to them. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Trump. But another thing is that Trump, he's, at least from what I know, he's tried to help a lot of the United States and everything to do the best he can. And now this has been happening where, we're having a lot of voter fraud, and I just don't like that. We have a right to vote, and who we vote into office and everything should be our right, and it should not be taken away from us. I know I don't vote and everything, but even if I don't vote and everything, that should not be taken away from me. If I someday decide to go vote and everything, I should know with all sense, good sense or anything, that my vote will count. But instead, it's really sad that our votes don't count anymore because of what's been happening. Okay, so I put the flywheel on. I'm going to go ahead and put on the ignition coil. Use a little paper, a little kind of thick paper stuff to give it the nice width. So that's extremely sad what happens and stuff, and that should not be happening here in the United States. Not at all. You know, so you can say that I'm a little bit upset about it because what that does is that takes away from us or anything the power to go ahead who's going to be running the president or running the country for the next 4 years. And the thing is, I definitely don't want Biden to be the next president because I believe that he is partially or maybe all the ways responsible for all this voter fraud that's been happening. So, you know, who knows, you know, but I feel that he's responsible for it. And I hope that he does not become president. You know, even if he does become president, he won't be president until the end of this year to end of December, because that's the way it goes. If I believe right, he's what is he? A voter in president and vote or something like that. You know, he's not actually the president, but he's kind of the president right now. But it's really too sad what's going on there. What was it? Was it Oregon or something like that? They were having voter fraud in Oregon, I believe, or was it Washington? Nevada was having voter fraud, and Georgia, Maine, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania were having some kind of voter fraud, or the UPS and everything was going ahead and yeah, another thing that's been going on, or that happened, is that UPS was bringing in the votes and stuff from somewhere, and the thing is that UPS and everything is not supposed to do that because it doesn't have the right to handle presidential votes and stuff. The only one who has the right to handle and bring in votes and stuff like that is the United States. The United States Postal Service is the only one that has the right to handle, right to ship votes around and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things going on, and a lot of stuff is going really bad, which is really sad. What else did I see? Did I go ahead and talk about where they're being jailed and stuff? Yeah, I think I talked about that. Yeah. The thing is also is that I wonder how long this has been going on, where they've been doing this kind of activities and stuff, where it seems like I would like to know how long this has been going on. How long